Hi, I'm Glen Duncan, and this is Talulla Rising. It's the sequel to The Last Werewolf, and it picks up pretty much precisely where the first book leaves off. Jake's co-protagonist, Talulla, is coming to terms with the curse of lycanthropy. She's alone, she's on the run, and most significantly, she's pregnant. She flees to Alaska to have her baby in secret, and after a difficult labour, thinks the worst is over. But at that point the door opens and the worst begins. When I change fast. The moon drags the whatever it is up from the earth, and it goes through me with crazy, wriggling impatience. I picture it as an electrical discharge, entering at my soles and racing upwards in haywire detonations that shock the bones and explode the neurons. The magic's dark red, violent, compressed. I get random flashes of mundane memory, pushing a shopping cart around Met Foods, opening my apartment window, standing on a subway platform, saying to someone, "No, that's carbohydrates in the evenings." Intercut with images of the kills, a white male body on an oil-stained warehouse floor, a solitary trailer with a storm lamp burning, a female thigh releasing a dark arc of blood, my clawed hand scooping out a still hot heart. This is the curse's neatest trick. One type of memory doesn't destroy the other. It's still you. It's still all you. You wouldn't think you were built to bear such opposites, but you are. You'd think the system would crash, but it doesn't. Meanwhile, the freak biology show. My lungs expand, threaten to burst against the ribs, but never do. My spine elongates in 3, 4, 5 spasms, and the claws come all at once, like speeded up film of shoots sprouting. I'm twisted, torn, churned, throttled, then rushed through a blind chicane into ludicrous power. Muscular and skeletal wrongness at an elusive stroke put right. A heel settles. A last canine hurries through. A shoulder blade pops. The woman is a werewolf, and she's starving. I stood, transformed, jaws open, tongue as thick as a baby's arm, breath going up in signals of dreadful life, half a dozen trees back from the edge of the drive. Moments ago, I hadn't wanted this. Now I wanted nothing else. Same every time. You forgot the curse was an exchange, took your speech and your mercy, but gave you in return the planet's dumb throb and your own share in it. Lilac shadows on the snow, the fine-tuned trees, the Eucharist moon, and the victim's heart like a song calling you home. Caitlin wouldn't see me waiting here. She wouldn't see me until the last moment. But in all the moments before the last moment, she'd know what she didn't want to know, that the worst thing had come to her. The worst thing was a simple thing, an old thing, an ordinary thing, and here it was. She'd look for God, guardian angels, miraculous intervention, and get nothing. Just the trees and the snow and the moon, nothing from them either. She'd get the real universe once, before the end. The two of them emerged from the front doorway, Caitlin tranquilized, Cloquet struggling to hold her up. He'd dressed her warmly, hat, gloves, fleece, reflex kindness, or else he didn't want the cold to undermine the sedative. A few steps past the Cherokee, her left knee buckled, and she went down crookedly. I could see him considering firemen's lifting her, the effort it would take to carry her all the way to the trees. He settled for uncuffing her and taking her arm over his shoulder, wrapping his other arm around her waist, her head lolling. As they staggered towards me, I thought, like a guy and his drunk girlfriend. A voice with a weird accent said, 20,000 years, you think you've seen it all. I jumped. It was right behind me. But when I turned, there was no one there. For a moment I stood still, breath moist and warm around my muzzle. Then my waters broke.